Hello everyone, how are you today? I am so excited to be here with you today and to be participating in this December daily I See Stars Hop. I have a really exciting spread for you today and I can't wait to take you through this process video. So the idea that I have for this I See Stars is really to look at music stars and do like my holiday playlist and some of the songs that are on repeat on the playlist. And so I also wanted to do a pop-up. Now it has evolved a lot over time, but what I ended up doing was in Cricut I created a cut file with about 8 stars. So I'm going to feature 7 stars or 7 songs that are on my playlist, and I'm putting this together, making a pop-up window so that you can see the stars through the stars. So I hope that makes sense. I am cutting this piece down by a 1/2 inch because I am using a 1/2 inch of a space to create this pop-up window, and so I'm also scoring this along the 1/2 inch on top, 1/2 inch below area, and creating a window. Now this came together pretty quickly for me, but what was a bit more difficult was aligning the stars in the background to ensure that when you peep through these stars as windows, that you only saw the star for the particular song. So I'm just folding that along the 1/2 inch lines, and then I'm going to attach it to this black and white and gold gorgeous star paper. Now what I did, I pulled out all the star papers, and this is me lining them up, trying to see if it will fit, and realizing that they weren't exactly aligned, and so I ended up having to fix this, but I'm just making sure that they could work before I glue anything down and commit to the spread. So you're seeing I'm using all 3 star papers from it, and I'm taking this flap and I'm going to adhere it to the back of this paper, which will be the base of this spread, and I'm going to put the list of songs on this base, and then I am going to attach this flap. Now it's about 1/2 inch in, I guess, length down, times 2, so that's 1 inch, and I scored it along the 1/2 inch line, and then I did it to the length of my paper, and that would be my hinge. So this vellum is for the music stars. I really love this. I used the alpha stamps from this year's offering, and I cut it out in gold mylar, and I really think that it looks like stars. I love the shine of the mylar, so I'm just lining it up. I adhered each letter to each other at some part along the letter, as well as these 3 stars, and then I welded them together in my Cricut to get the this one cut file. So I'm just gluing them down with tacky glue, and that will be the front of my spread. I will embellish with quite a few of the star offerings or the star elements or embellishments from this year's collection, but this is the basis of my front page for now. So once that is dry, I'm also going to adhere the vellum to the black and white and gold page, but I am only putting the glue behind the letters because, you know, sometimes with glue and vellum it could wrinkle a bit. So I'm using just a little bit, a few dots, and then kind of spreading it a bit and then just putting it down so that you can't really see those wrinkles. And I'm really loving how this is turning out so far. And so I'm just pressing that down, making sure it's all good, and then I'm going to move on to the other components of the interactive bits of the spread. So I am also adhering the star components to the flap, but really it is the touching the base of the paper, which would be the bottom component. And once I'm doing that, it's going to fold up. So the hinge is really to attach the black and white paper, so that top flap to the bottom flap, and then the one that's standing up with the star die cuts is going to be the pop-up component. So just going to adhere those together. I'm making sure it's all lined up. This is the moment of truth. And so once I have them folded and everything all sorted, I'm going to commit and glue them down. Also, I am creating this for the first time. So I am also just sketching out the stars just to get an idea of where each photo should align. And so I'm going to adhere the photos to this top flap so that when you peep through those stars, you're going to see the music covers for the songs that I'm really loving right now for this season. And every year I try to feature some different songs, just because I love music and my playlist is ever expanding and I love all the modern pop songs. For Christmas, I made these squares 3" by 3", whereas the stars themselves are about 2.75 inches. And so what's going to happen is they're a little smaller because they're going to just cut out nicely and frame the pictures nicely. So just cutting those all out, and I'm going to place them onto the paper and peep through the stars to make sure that when you look at it head on, that all you see is the respective music or song or star for the star in the die cut. So that takes a bit of a while, and so I'm just going to adhere those and match those up, and then I'll be right back. So now that all the pictures are stuck to that top flap, I'm going to do a hanging star using one of the plastic stars from this year's offering, and I'm going to put the number 7 on it. I am using just one of the cutouts or the negatives from my cut file to just cover up some pencil there, and it's in a star shape as well, so it'll kind of form the background of the plastic star. And then I'm using some metallic twine to stick it into place. Now I end up choosing the black with the gold outline. I thought that was perfect for this spread and mimicked the front paper. So I'm just going to adhere some of the glue dots to that star. I'm leaving the backing on because I don't want it to be sticky, and so that is going to be the back of the star. Oh, and then I am going to add in another one because I guess I thought that was best and it might flip around. So I'm just making sure that that fits well into this space. It is smaller than the cutout, and I'm just going to snip as well the excess metallic thread off. And just now that I have everything in place, I can fully commit and glue this back flap down to the back of the paper. I'm also just adding some extra adhesive to the star to make sure that it stays in place with the metallic thread, sorry. And yeah, so the flap now, so that flap is about 0.75 inches. So in total I had a 0.75 inch score and a 0.5 inch score for 1.25 inches from the top would be the start. And then once I press this down, I will have my flip up window in place. As you can see, I did glue piece of the wrong bit down. I think I glued the upper bit versus the back bit, and so now the window is perfect and everything is right with the spread. So this is where I added in some of the stars from, and I also added in the vellum strips and the black and white stickers which were in the advent calendar for this year. And I added some of the craft stars from the die cuts as well as the wooden stars from the main kit. So now I'm looking to see which ones I think is best gold, but I actually used a black foil. I thought that looked best. And I'm just going to cut that down to size because I want to still see a bit of this lovely red and green with gold outline stars. And so I just love how the foil came out. So I had to show that again up close. But I am going to cut the vellum down to just create a vellum strip across these stars. And I guess I'm just wondering which one will look good, full vellum on top of that paper or half vellum. Once I've decided half vellum was best for me, I decided to cut it down, and then I kind of half commit, so I cut down a little and then I cut down some more because now I'm fully committed. And then once that is cut down and in place, I'm going to add some small star stickers to each before each artist and each song to just kind of separate each one of them. And so I'm pulling out these starbursts and stars which were in the advent calendar, as well as other stars from previous kits and collections, and I'm just going to do an assorted range of stars. I thought it looked really cute in theme with our icy stars. I am seeing all the stars and so I'm just putting those in place and making sure that they adhere properly. And I am taking my time and choosing each color so that, you know, at first I wanted to do all of the white starbursts because I thought those were cute, but then I just, you know, choose different colors just to bring out the color of this spread, and just, you know, how exciting it is. So it is bronze and gold glitter and everything in between. I was just going through my bag of stars to pick out which ones I like best for this spread and which sizes work best. And so I'm just lining them up with those cute little stickers from the advent calendar. I love the size of those, and I love that some of them are whimsical. They're not a perfect pointed star. I'm sure I needed a gold glitter star in there because of the I See Stars musical theme. And then I just go through and add in which ones I feel would work best. I put back the second starburst because we only need one of those for this spread, because I use 7 assorted stars for this. And these puffy stickers are super cute, so using this tiny one in there. And so that's how I'm just going through it until the spread is complete. I really love putting some extra adhesive down for some of sometimes the chipboard stars and so forth. So this pen is really perfect for just small embellishments. And once I complete the 7 stars, I pretty much call it done. And so I guess I just also thought it would be nice to add into the top of the title some bronze numbers. But yeah, I spent most of my time making sure that I had the right star for the right part of the playlist that was listed. And so I just kind of love lining them up. And just making sure they were evenly spaced as well. So I'm just gonna glue that down. I end up using this glue tape, which because of the line, and it's a bit more invisible and of course a lot less liquid than the tacky glue. And so once I pull that up, line it up, and get it all, I pull back piece of the tape so that I can line it up properly without sticking it fully down to the page. And then I line those up as straight as possible, and then I pull the rest of the strip off from behind, and I'm just pressing down as I go along. So following that, I decide to use a gold shiny washi tape. Now this, guys, is probably one of my most used things from the kit so far, which is interesting because I have lots of washi and I barely use it, but I really love how timeless and it's such a statement piece, so simple it is, and it has been really useful so far, just to add a bit of glitz and glam to my spreads. And then I'm just going to add the bronze numbers from this year on top of the title. I'm gonna put 2022 and lining that up center. That takes a while to make sure that they're straight as well, and that I have the 2 and the 0 in the right places that is centered to this spread. So once this is done, I think that would be pretty much the end of this spread. So I spent some time lining up that 0. It was a bit wonky no matter how hard I tried, and then lining up those 2s as well in a straight line. I recommend using a ruler, guys. I'm not sure why I felt like living life on the edge for this particular bit of numbers, but this is what it looks like in the end. I add in a numbers 1 to 7 by each of the particular stars that correspond to the list of songs. So that first one will be the first song on my list below, number 2 will be the second, and so forth. So I go around doing that. I like that they're kind of like a fun game that you can match up, you know, the songs. They're not in any particular order, the photos. So I love that it creates some sort of element of which is gamified a bit to match those up. And yeah, I feel like those numbers add the right amount of embellishment to that paper, which is already, you know, very high contrast. And then I'm just gonna add another strip of gold washi tape to bring it all together on the top. and I'm making sure it's the exact length of the paper. And I am also going to add in the rest of the red vellum strips that I have left over from the main kit. So this would be, I use all of those vellum strips for this spread. And I'm also going to add in a star, and I may add in a black and white one. But I did use red line tape on the back of these strips that adhere them into place. And so I lined them up and I sort of create a little cluster to the top, that white space on top of the pop-up element. And then I am finished. So I really do hope that you enjoyed my video today and being here with me. I hope that you'll hop along to the next video in this hop. We have so much inspiration, all using stars. Stars are some of my favorite elements to use for December daily. They are just so gorgeous, and so I really enjoyed creating this spread. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!